Always good money, that's the code I live. If it don't feel right, I don't want that bitch. I seen love turn fake, I seen real ones switch. Everybody wants something, I want peace and chit.
And we pretty much doing the trading cards. So like Pokemon
Word?
cards, One Piece, all of that stuff. Yeah. So no, it's saying the appreciation is almost better than the stock market. The return on investment is
Bro,
there.
I just pre-approved somebody, right, for
Uh-huh.
a business purpose loan for real estate. And looking at the personal financial statement, they had Pokemon collectible cards on there. I was cracking up. I showed my kids. I said, see, this is
Listen.
when it's okay for you to spend your parents' money on these Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? But you got to just make sure you take good care of them. That's the
Mm-hmm.
concern I have. You know, these kids be beating stuff up.
My daughter and I, we have at least 4 Pokemon cards at a couple of $100.
Okay.
Anywhere from 200 to 500. And
All
then
right.
we have One Piece cards. I have one card that's worth $1,000. So I was like, all right, if I could get the cards and have an outlet to put them in, then it could just be it's another stream of income.
Makes
'Cause
sense.
what we were doing is we was getting a lot of the stuff in bulk. My brother knows a few people. I got in touch with a distributor up in Canada that I know, and we just been buying them in bulk. Like we have so many right now that we have like a whole bedroom full of cards and everything. So it's basically, if you go to the store, if you're lucky enough to go to the store and get a box or something from Target, you might pay $54, $59 for a box. As soon
Okay.
as you walk out that store, it'll be sold out, and you could probably sell that same box for $80.
So you walk into the brick and mortar location, you're in the Target, you said. I think you heard you say
Mm-hmm.
Target. All right.
Yes.
So you mosey on down to the Target, you pick up these stores, you walk out, and now you're saying that I can sell these things for a margin of profit immediately.
Yeah. Some of them, if you have some and you hold them a little bit longer, like we're making money selling a lot of stuff at 80% of market price. So we're getting them at MSRP, which is like, 50, let's use the what they call the ETBs. We're getting them for like $54. And
Okay.
sometimes market price for them is maybe like there's certain ones right now that their market price is about 110, and we're selling them to stores and people that's gonna resell them for like 125. We sell them to them for 80.
Okay.
So we get our profit on that, and we're moving a lot. So it's not like 1 or 2 boxes. Some places
So
we're
it's about to be
doing,
a good summer.
yeah, man. Some places we're doing like 20, 30 boxes.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
So
so
have you seen, just kind of focusing on that, have you seen this platform eBay with the live sales?
yeah, that's where a lot of these guys are killing it with the live sales. What we've been
Crushing them.
focusing on is there's an app called Whatnot, which is the same thing. It's the same thing as the eBay Live. I don't know
Okay.
which one came first. I think Whatnot came first, and
Most likely Whatnot
realized
came first. Yeah.
eBay realized there was a whole
Saw the
market that they weren't
success.
tapping into. Yeah, and they jumped on it. But everything, there's TikTok. You could do it on
I
TikTok.
know TikTok got a TikTok shop. Yep, I know that.
Yep.
I know that.
And they have the TikTok Live. So
You on
right
TikTok?
now, nah, just for promotional stuff with the music and stuff like that. But my wife got a little family page that she be posting stuff on, but I'm not on it myself. No, nah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was watching eBay, like the live stream shopping. Yo,
Uh-huh.
dude was crushing it. It was cards. It was Pokemon cards. It was stuff like you talking about, One Piece. But you know what I found to be very impressive was that he made the cards himself.
Yeah,
So
there.
I was looking, I'm looking at the cards. I'm like, yo, this is something that my kids could draw. And I'm
Mm.
watching them getting them off 80, buck 20, buck 40, boom, boom, boom. He must have moved like 30 units in a matter of a half hour.
So that's
And I'm
more
like,
like custom pieces. He's making his own, basically.
yeah. And then I was showing somebody and they was like, nah, he didn't make those himself. And I asked him in the comments, and when I tell you, he responded like lightning fast, real quick. Like, yes, I actually made these myself, right? So
Right.
that kind of speaks to what I've heard about the creator economy. Like there's a lot of talk about that, where if you have a certain skill set where you could produce tangible goods to sell directly to customers, you can use a platform like an eBay or a TikTok shop and go directly to your audience and sell directly to them and make your bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Gary Vee been saying it for the longest. Is like
Yes.
that's going to be the next big thing is selling live. Like that's what they pretty much do in China and a lot of places overseas. They just sell live all day. Even Alibaba has a platform where they sell live.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
big thing, you know. But
Absolutely, man. That's what's up.
and I also got a guy that, I want to get on here and talk about. He's very big in stocks, but his main business is Pokemon cards. And he has a factory and a warehouse, and he basically, breaks down the value and, it's almost like holding stocks. There's certain cards you might get or certain packages you might get. You keep them sealed and you hold them for 4 or 5 years. And, the maturity or the money that you get back on the other end is equivalent to holding certain stocks. So,
It reminds me of the days of the sports cards,
yes, sports
right?
cards are still big.
Yes,
Still big.
I know they're big. I saw Kevin O'Leary.
Mhm.
That's Mr. Wonderful from the Shark
Mr.
Tank.
Wonderful. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he had pulled up to, I believe it was the Met Gala, or some sort of, it might have been the Grammys or the Oscars, one of them. And the dude had LeBron's card when he first got drafted, Jordan's card, and somebody else's card encased in a necklace,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
encased in a chain and a necklace. And they were saying that the estimated value of those 3 cards, of course, with the jewelry, was like 30 million.
Yeah. I think Logan Paul, he walks
Okay.
around with one of the first Pikachu cards, same fashion in the chain and the necklace. Now it was right now, I think I might be wrong, but I think it's the highest selling card there is. And it's about, it's in that. It's a couple million for one
Mm,
card.
mm.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know, man. Once my brother started showing me this and, my daughter been collecting cards for the longest, I'm like, hey man, it's another income, another investment.
Yeah,
Why not?
it's a medium of exchange, in terms of a store value, and you're seeing them in more unorthodox products or scenarios like the trading cards, right? Like the Pokemon cards, like the basketball cards. But what I'm noticing is that with inflation and geopolitical turmoil and all that stuff, the dollar is just dropping in value and purchasing power. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so if I
Yeah.
feel like these things that are popping up, I see it's real. I see people making money. I get that. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, is this really better than the stock market? And I mean, if you had to ask that question in the last 30 to 60 days, most people would say yes, right? But that depends on your
Depends
time
on
frame.
you.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
we're dealing
Exactly.
with a lot of market volatility, a lot.
Yeah. That's another thing I want to touch base with you is basically the state of the market right now.
The
I got
market doesn't like uncertainty, brother. It doesn't like uncertainty. And there is a lot of extenuating circumstances that are driving uncertainty.
exactly. Exactly.
You've got the geopolitical risk with this war in Iran. You've got, and I mean, it couldn't have happened at a perfect time, a more perfect time, right? We're still, winter and spring.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're in a high school fighting match right now. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's going to win. It's crazy, dude. It was like 20 degrees last night, you know?
Crazy. Crazy.
But yeah, you got fuel prices through the roof. Oil,
Mm-hmm.
oil is back above 100 and some odd change. I know we saw a dip yesterday because he said he was going to have a ceasefire. That was late yesterday, talking about
Yeah.
a ceasefire. Only in the middle of my closing, I get a CNBC alert, breaking news. The United States has violated the ceasefire. So it's
It
like,
was. I heard Israel violated the ceasefire.
well, CNBC, and that's another thing. It's funny you mentioned that. I heard, right? There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of misinformation right now. So you really
Yes,
don't
a
know.
lot. A lot.
You
A
really
lot.
don't know what to trust or who to trust in terms of information sources, right? And so when that
Yeah.
happens, I just revert back to how I was trained, which is price is everything, right? The
Yeah.
price tells the truth. Because if people really wanted to own it, then the price would reflect that. People wouldn't be dumping their shares and letting go of their shares so quickly just because of headline risk. Because that's what we're dealing with
Yeah.
right now. We're dealing with a great degree of headline risk. And so if you can't stomach this volatility, I
Gotta
mean,
stay off.
yo,
It's
stay off the
it's
ride,
crazy
man.
because it goes like you said, price means everything. So
Yes,
I think with a lot of people that are dumping and selling and panic selling, it's because they got it at the wrong price.
yes,
Like I have Apple, but even with all this downside, I'm still 80% up. You know what I
right,
mean? Because I got in at the right price.
right.
And I was like 125% off. So I did see a big drop, but nothing to where I'm gonna sell my shares. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hold
No.
on to them because I know it's a strong company that I believe in, and I know it's gonna go up. I think another aspect of it is I've been doing a lot more options,
Yep.
and my thing with options,
This is a
what
great
I've
market for options.
oh, it is, and it isn't. And you have to really know what you're doing in this market because
Yeah, you better know what you're doing. You get your arms
for
chopped
me,
off in the farm.
exactly. For me, I really rely on supply and demand. But supply and demand goes out the window when we have administrations just saying things. And so, the
Yeah, I
chart could
legit
say
think
one
he's
thing,
telling his friends. I legit think that
market
he is telling
manipulation.
his friends, he's like, guys, I'm about to be pissed off. Like, I think he's
It's
legit giving them the heads up. Like, yo, I'm about to hit the button. It's about to go down. Because the reason I feel like that is looking at the options activity, right? In
mhm,
terms of
mhm,
unusual options activity. So you see, a couple 100 million in energy oil bets come in right before the news breaks. Somebody knew something.
somebody knew
This
something.
just
Yeah.
doesn't happen, on its own, right? So
Mm,
it's just one of those times where there's an immense amount of market volatility. I feel bad for people that are in the midst of a retirement right now because they're getting hit
yeah.
really hard where
Yeah.
these people are retiring and now they're looking to live on this money. And because of oil prices jumping the way that they're jumping, now your cost of living is elevating even more, right? So now you got to fill your gas tank. It's costing you 10 to 15 to 20% more on a weekly basis to fill your gas tank. And then that translates to everything else because people think it's just gas. When you see oil prices jump the way that they are jumping, people think that it's just relegated to just gasoline prices or home heating oil prices when it really affects everything because anything that's petroleum based is going to
Yeah.
increase in price. All the items that we touch and feel are delivered by way of a truck. So now you got the price, in terms of diesel fuel, right? It's a mess, man. It's a mess. But one thing that is performing well is gold. I'm pleased to see
Gold.
that gold is performing well. Your last check, we're cruising around 4,800. We got to get our buddy back on here, man. He's got some interesting updates on gold and other precious metals in general.
Yeah, no, definitely got to do that. I've
Yeah.
been watching the precious metals a lot too.
Mm.
Gold, I definitely see is doing its thing. I've been questioning and having some doubts with silver. I've been just all in all, I feel like usually when
Whipsaw price
something
action.
yeah, when something drops so hard quickly like that, it usually takes a longer time to get back up. So I was thinking about getting into silver. I did a few quick options, weeklies, just, real quick, made a little money because it has moved a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm just worried if you think it'll get back to that 100 mark and go over. I feel like once it got over that 100, there was such a drastic drop. And it's like, it hasn't really moved since.
The drastic drop typically speaks to forced liquidations. When
Mm,
you see a drastic drop like that, right? Somebody was utilizing way too much margin. And for those people that are not familiar with margin, margin is where you are pledging your collateral and getting access to additional liquidity so you can buy more securities, right? Or more precious metals. So I feel like when you see forced liquidations, that's usually a
mm,
telltale sign that there was too much margin, right? And not enough real true equity in terms of ownership of silver. Yeah.
yes. Mm,
Yeah. But overall, in terms of this market, it really boils down to your time horizon. If you're looking at retirees, it's a very difficult time right now to watch your IRA or your 401k going through the ebbs and flows that we're seeing in the market. If you
mhm.
have young children, it's a great time right now because this is a great time to get some stuff and get into the market in general. Enter the market,
Is it-
start
That's
positioning yourself into
yes.
the market.
Mm,
I'm still of the thinking that you should own where you shop. That philosophy has served me well. You know what I'm saying? Target is still performing strong. I've been a buyer of Target since it was in the 80s when
yeah,
people
when
were
you
throwing
called
it
that
out.
one.
Yeah, when people were throwing it out, like, oh, I'm done with Target, we're boycotting this, that, and the third. The parking lot says otherwise. The foot traffic in the aisles, they say otherwise. You know what I'm saying? In terms of people not patronizing Target or shopping at their stores. And then, dude, let me tell you, I think we've talked about Costco at length.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We've talked about
Hmm.
Costco. I haven't been keeping track of it lately, but I imagine it ain't doing bad because I got to tell you, man, every time I step foot in that store, I can't walk a straight line for 5 feet without hitting somebody. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what time of the day it is either.
I'm looking at it at the charts now. It's
Did
it's
you
it's
see
performing. It's definitely
there's some
performing.
news? I saw some news last night that BJ's is gonna open up all their stores on Long Island for an extra hour a day. I mean,
Yeah,
company like that doesn't make a move like that unless they're seeing that they're losing money by not staying open for an
but
additional
not staying
hour,
open. Yeah, yeah.
you know?
What do
So
you
that's
how do you
telling you.
feel about Walmart? I've been feeling like while everybody else is going up, Walmart's having a little hard time. So I don't know if it's maybe overpriced, maybe overbought.
Let's take a look. Taking a look at Walmart now. I feel like Walmart has just been a strong performer in general.
Yeah, it's always has. I just find
Yeah.
it's struggling.
As of late,
Well, as of the last couple months or so, I thought it was gonna be move up, start going higher, and then it started retraced a little bit. I see it had went down to almost like 118 at one point.
pulling up the chart now. I mean, it's at multi-year highs, bro. I wouldn't call this just looking at it on an annual basis, it's up for the year. We're in April. That's typically a good sign when a stock is up for the year in the first quarter of the year. We're in Q2 right now. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we had a period of indecision back in, man, the breakout was in July of 2023. Man, you
That's
had that
where
period, you had that 1 6-month period of indecision, and that thing was out of here.
I see it in January came up. I just, at one point I thought it was going to continue to rise, and then it just started going down, forming lower lows. See, now it's reversing, coming up a little bit, but I was just,
What time frame are you looking at?
I'm looking more, let me see, I
Are
think
you
in
trading it or are
February.
you investing?
I'm trading it. I'm more trading it. So
So
of
then,
course
so
it's a
then, if you,
different gameplay. It's a
are you
different
swing
gameplay.
trading it, or what are we talking about here?
Um, at first I had I had a call out for a couple of months.
So
I
that's a
was
swing
looking,
trade.
yeah, so I was looking for it to go more into the 40s. I thought it was going to continue on the uptrend, and it hit around
140s, you mean 140s.
yeah, 140, yeah,
Gotcha.
140, and it hit around, what was it, maybe high 30s, and
Okay.
it's just been down since then.
Nah, I mean, this one here, do you own any of it now?
Yes, yes. The
You
ones
own
I
stock?
own, yeah, yeah, I own stock. I own stock
Yeah,
at
I
a
mean,
decent price, so I'm not worried about that end of it.
if you have 100 share lots, you could write covered calls on this one to generate some cash flow and use that to continue buying additional shares. That's never a bad idea. If you have cash you want to deploy and you're willing to deploy that cash in 100 share lots, you could sell cash secured puts. That's always a strategy that you can execute. But I don't see Walmart.
It's
I think
definitely
if
not going
anything,
nowhere.
nah, I don't see it because I think if anything, Walmart probably just got through their toughest period, right?
Hmm.
They got, what do you got here? You got Q1, you've got inclement weather, you've got tax refund season. So that's where, the consumer is getting that little liquidity boost from their tax
Hmm.
refunds. And it looks like they made it through all that, right? And then you've got Mother's Day is coming up. The next earnings report is in May 14th. They're expecting
May
65,
14th,
just shy
yeah.
of 66 cents a share. They're expecting revenues of about $174.44 billion. The report before that, oh my God, they got, so February they posted, they were expecting 190 billion, 490 million. They got an additional, let's see. Yeah, they made an additional 170 million for the quarter. So yeah, I call it like 165, just shy of 165. Surprise to the upside. Earnings per share, they're close to a 2%, surprise to the upside. That was back in February. Yeah, I mean, and then so they posted that in February, and that's where they made the new all-time high. So this quarter coming up is going to be important, right? Because if they can't take out previous highs and they show any signs of weakness,
Hmm.
that's where you get you get the stock to retrace. But that's another own where you shop exclusive, man, or
Oh
rather
yeah,
own where you shop staple, right?
definitely, definitely. It is up for the day. I see it. It definitely did some movement today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I've
no.
been really heavy on the day trading when I can.
Okay.
I had probably the better move to get some leaps, go longer on a lot of especially
Mm-hmm.
the stocks that are at their all time lows right now.
I like Target, man. I still like it.
Still like Target. Let me
I
look at
still like
Target real
Target,
quick.
man. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I remember. Where was it when we first started talking about it? It was under 90, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got it. My cost
You
basis is
was
in the
looking for it
80s.
to get into 90. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah.
was looking at it to hit 90.
Yeah, no, my cost basis is in the 80s for that. On a
And
monthly
it
basis, we're looking at a typical you got a cup and handle that's forming right now. So what I mean by that for my people that are viewing this that, engage in technical analysis, a cup and handle is a candlestick pattern, right? And it literally looks like a cup.
yeah, I
So the
see
left
it.
side, on this, we're looking at March of 2025, right? The high
Okay.
price for that period was 127. Low was $100.50. After that month, pretty much it just kind of descended all the way down into 83 area around November. That might have been the time we started talking about it.
That's when we started talking about it. It was like in the
Yeah.
80s. Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. I like it. I think it still has more gas in the tank. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been moving
Yeah.
month
I
after
I
month.
like to these days, man, because of the other stuff, real estate loans and other stuff that I do. I
Mhm.
like to be more long term, especially
Yeah.
during the market volatility. To try to sit here and day trade and do all that short term stuff. If anything, I'm gonna sell covered calls, like meaning, we had today. I think the market's up 1,000 points today, right? 1,000 plus. I don't know if we're gonna hold that into the well, no, yeah, we're up 1,000 plus on the day. And then I saw a headline where we violated the ceasefire. So I was expecting the market to give some of that up.
Hasn't yet, I don't think. We'll see what tomorrow brings. You know what's
That's
been
it.
crazy? I think a lot of the huge intraday movements are all happening in extended hours.
Sure.
You know, I've been watching it,
Well, you know
I
why?
try to I'm gonna blame it on manipulation.
No, no. It's real simple. Real simple. Time zone. I mean, the drama ain't
Yeah,
happening like right now on that side of the world. It's 4 in the morning.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I didn't take that into consideration.
So the drama or whatever's popping off is not happening on our time schedule. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that. And because I
Yeah.
do usually look at the when the China market opens to look at the gold
Hmm.
and silver and see what that's doing. So that's something that I didn't even think about. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah. So I
Mm,
chalk it up to that. Yeah, family. I would tell you the market volatility is not nothing to play with. And more importantly, when I talk to people who are looking to just get into the market, I start with own where you shop. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna
yeah.
always start there because I'm gonna be like, listen, if you investing in the market and you don't understand what you're investing in, then you won't have the conviction to keep it when turmoil pops up, right?
Yeah.
When volatility, turmoil, or whatever you want to call it, malarkey, whatever name you want to give it, whenever that drama pops up, you want to make sure that you know what you're holding on to. Because at the end of the day, it's you and your stocks and you and your stocks alone.
Yeah.
Instagram ain't gonna come bail you out of your positions.
I'm looking at the chart now. It's like just before close, everything just had a real drastic drop down. That's probably because of the ceasefire violation.
Hmm.
Target took a little $2 drop. So you're just adding on to your position as it goes with Target?
I've been dollar cost averaging into Target, and I'm looking. It'd be nice to get a pullback, but I don't see a sharp pullback. I don't see the risk. I think they've gotten over this whole boycott situation. And I think
Hmm.
that their customer base, they're spending money with them. They're spending
Yeah.
money with them. I am dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin still. So I still like the Bitcoin story. I still like
Hmm.
that position. I'm seeing a lot of loan products pop up around it, which is
Around
encouraging.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
terms of using that as collateral. I'm seeing some news with respect to mortgages on Bitcoin in terms of using that
Mm,
for your down payment, right?
yeah.
Using that as a consideration for your assets, when they're trying to firm up, what you can afford loan wise. I'm seeing that. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing is that Bitcoin, like any crypto, is one of those things where people start buying it, right? And it's like right when they spend all their money, now they want the Bitcoin to double. Doesn't
The
work that
double.
way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, you have an asset. It's now classified as an institutional level asset. You can take loans against it. You can use it to settle real estate transactions. You can use it to qualify for mortgages. It's considered property in the eyes of the IRS.
Yeah.
So, in that regard, you know, it's something that I don't think I'll be in bad shape for accumulating. You know what I mean?
Not at all. I'm in the
Yeah.
same boat as you. I always
Yeah.
kept accumulating. It came down right. Yeah, it didn't hit my, because I think I was started getting into it the second time around at 60.
Okay.
So, and I had a lot at 60, sold some at maybe 110.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I bought some more down when it came to 66. I'm just hoping we'll see if it stays above 70 this time. But like you said, if it doesn't, the pockets are willing. I'll just grab some more.
That's it. That's it, man. What can you do? You know, this is one of those things where the market volatility, the environment of the market is just affecting all asset classes for the most part. And you just have to manage your risk accordingly, understand your appetite for risk, and make sure that you're disciplined in how you're approaching your investment strategy. I can't stress that enough. I know it sounds textbook, bro, but what else do you want me to say? It's
Yeah.
like, look, everybody wants to be able to double their money overnight, but are you prepared to take the kind of risk that it takes to double that money overnight? I am not. I am not. So I would rather steady. I don't want to say slow and steady, but I would rather steady and win the
Steady
race.
gains.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
You into any of the agriculture stuff?
I've been known to trade on the corn ETF, to Korean,
Yes.
I think it's
Okay.
called. Now, I've been known to trade that particular ETF. And then in terms of the futures, I remember when the whole Russia-Ukraine thing popped off and wheat tripled in price.
We.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But no, I can't say too much about agriculture. I can't say that I'm too exposed to that.
Okay. I was just looking into that sector, seeing a couple things over there I want to look at. I was also looking
Mhm.
at Kraft Heinz Company. I see they're down.
Pays a nice dividend.
It does, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pays a nice dividend, man. And you ain't getting no French fries without no ketchup, you heard?
So they came down quite a bit. So I was just looking to see if it's a good time.
Yeah, man.
That's what I've been looking at with this volatility. I've just been looking at what has, come down 50% or, around that, maybe more, and seeing what's come down that could still be a strong company. Microsoft, I always had my eyes on. I had a nice put on Microsoft at 380, which I probably did almost 250% on that one.
Boy, boy.
Yeah. So that was a nice one. So
Yeah,
now I'm trying to,
Microsoft looks good. Yeah, Microsoft looks good. I'm looking at it. I see some, I mean, it's still early in the month, but right now we're in a period of indecision, but we're still green on the month. And this is coming off of 5 months of consecutive downside. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Microsoft's been going down since early. Yeah, I like
Let's
it.
see
I
what
like
this.
Microsoft down here. But I suspect that things will improve. At least that's my theory, and I'm basing that on, people are talking about IPOs looking to go public, right? So
Yeah, your
SpaceX.
favorite. Yep. That's one of your favorites right there.
Well, SpaceX. It's out of space.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to compete. It's kind of hard to compete with a business that does business in outer space.
Right. You feel it's going to be overpriced or overvalued?
One thing I will say, right, is what I like about what this administration is trying to do. They're trying to give the common folk or the common man access to private companies in their
Mm,
retirement accounts before they go public. The major concern I have with them doing that is that I just know from experience that just because a private company has the capacity to go public is no guarantee that it's going to be a success. Even if it actually does make it to the public market, it's no guarantee that it will succeed, right? So that's the concern I have there, because you're absorbing that risk,
yeah.
and that's in your
Yeah.
retirement account. And then you also have to consider it's not liquid. You know what I mean? Your liquidity event is going to come by way of an IPO. But I think SpaceX is going to do well. I mean, the way that this guy is positioning it, he's got access to unlimited energy because, as I'm understanding it, they'll have devices in space collecting solar energy
Solar
in its
energy.
purest form right there in outer space. In terms of the data that they'll be accumulating, that data requires cooling, right? And last I checked, it's very cold in outer space.
Cool.
Not that I know
Yeah.
from personal experience, but it's very cold in
Saving a
outer
lot
space.
of money. Saving a lot
Say
of money.
lot of efficiency, man. Lot of efficiency. And you want to talk about every great business has a moat, meaning their
Mm,
competitors, have a hard time reaching them, right? And so I
yep.
don't know of a better moat than outer space.
Yeah.
Are they paying real estate taxes in outer space?
Not yet. Not yet.
Right? Word.
They're going to figure it out. So,
Word. They're not gonna let you make a bag and not hit you with something. They
Yeah,
from
no,
around the
that's
way. They
definitely.
leaving here with something.
That's definitely
Word.
something I have my eye on. Let's see how that goes. When is
Yeah,
it supposed to IPO
I think this is
again?
good. I
They
think it's
moved
gonna
it
be
up, right?
Q3. It might be
Q3.
Q3. Yeah, it might be Q3. They were talking this second quarter, but it might be Q3. Is what I'm hearing. So there's gonna be a
Nice,
lot of
nice.
happy shareholders with that one. There's a few other IPOs on the docket, but SpaceX is supposed to be the biggest IPO ever.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, lot of bags about to be made. That's it. But what's up with you on the real estate front, man? You got any projects going on?
Real estate on this end been slow. I'm more just working on building my own portfolio, looking to get another multi-unit, maybe 2 or 3 family, just to park some money in that. But it's been slow. It's just starting to pick up. Here the weather, when it's freezing, nobody wants to be out there looking at houses, moving from houses or any of that. So now
Yeah,
that the weather's broken a little bit, we got a few more listings under the belt. We got a few more people reaching out. So I expect it to pick up in this month and next month. But
sure.
I'm more or less looking personally, looking for a few flips for myself. Definitely looking to grab another multi-unit, put in the
Okay.
portfolio. I need two more and set me forward on my plan that I want to do. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm aiming for. It's
Listen,
just, I think
like I tell people, you woke up in real estate, you're gonna go to sleep in real estate.
exactly, exactly. It's not going nowhere.
Nah.
No.
They can't AI real estate.
Not yet, not yet.
Come on.
You gonna
If
figure
they
something
AI
out.
real estate, you know what it's gonna be like? If they AI real estate, it's gonna be like you seen the movie The Matrix?
Of course, of
You remember
course.
when you remember that scene when Keanu wakes up from the Matrix and he's in that capsule full of liquid?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the only way I see that being possible with a AI real estate. That's the only way where they literally put people in capsules and
They're
let
gonna
them
have
think they
people in
living a life.
capsules and exactly. That's the future that we got coming.
It's scary. It's
Oh
scary, man.
man.
It's
Oh
scary.
man. About you, I know you've been busy with the private lending and everything. I see you. See you
Yeah,
all over the
yeah.
internet. I see you, keeping
Shout
busy.
Listen, man. Shout out to the customer, the most important person in the equation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the qualified investors that
Hmm.
patronize me, allow me to provide services and loans and advice and just overall relationship and fellowship, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve, right? I had to put that little commercial out there. But I gotta say, I'm excited for fix and flips because I got some fix and flips that in terms of like loan requests and people doing projects. Like you
Yeah,
said, the weather's starting to break, right? Nobody don't want to do no flip in no 5-degree weather. I can tell you that much.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
so
looking for them
in
myself. I'm
terms of the
trying to
loan
find some.
requests, yeah, in terms of the loan requests, those are starting to pick up, fix and flip wise. And geographically, I'm everywhere. I got stuff in Connecticut, I got stuff in Cali. Um, Not I'm doing a lot of DSCR in the Midwest. Like,
Midwest.
yeah, so like Texas, Missouri. I just picked up 3 new deals in North Carolina for DSCR portfolio in the Midwest. I'm talking about in terms of a portfolio loan situation and new loan
Mm-hmm.
programs, man. Let's talk about those. So yeah, new loan programs. We got 100% fix and flip financing, a true 100%.
Percent. Nice.
So just show up and sign. Now you got to have some money. I imagine you got to.
No requirements. Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on. I'm gonna have the specifics, and I'm gonna share that with
Uh-huh.
you because I know you got some clients that could stand to benefit from that.
Yeah,
But I will
yeah.
tell you that they want you to have significant experience. So that's definitely going to be a prerequisite.
I
It's not
think
gonna, this
that
is
yeah,
not appropriate
that's
for somebody that's brand new.
yeah, that's a lot of that I've been coming up with a lot of people, even with some of the DSCR programs I've been running into, they want you to have some kind of experience with some of the lenders. See a lot of people trying to jump in and get these certain programs without the experience. So
I
it's
can
like,
do brand new investors. Yeah, no, I can do brand new investors. I actually, that was most of my business. I would say last year and this year has been most of my business has been brand new investors, man, because what happens is they get in and once they get excited about real estate, they get turned on about real estate, they hit the
and they
ground running.
keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
Yeah,
they keep
yeah.
going. Another loan program that I am pleased to say that we've been able to help people with is fix and flip loan using qualified retirement assets. So, you know, what I've been encountering is I'll pre-approve somebody, right? They'll
Yeah.
show me their assets, liquidity, bank statements, and then they're not 59 and a half. They're not 60 or whatever it is, but they've got substantial retirement assets, right? So they've got some retirement assets. And then now in a period like this, you're dealing with a lot of stock market volatility, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, are you interested in using some of these retirement assets to invest in real estate? Yes. Okay. But the problem is that they're not 59 and a half. So then they get hit with, penalties, early
Yeah.
withdrawal penalties, taxes, things of that sort. And you got to have a pretty robust deal to make up for tax drag, right? So in that circumstance, we can do self-directed IRAs for people using qualified retirement assets to invest in real estate. So when they close the fix and flip loan, it'll close in the name of their IRA.
IRA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So any profits that they make has to
Go right
go
back
into
into the IRA.
the IRA.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And which helps because it's not taxed, right? Well, not upfront. Is that how it works?
If it's traditional, then you're just deferring the tax
Deferring it,
obligation.
yeah.
But you can set up a Roth self-directed
Roth
IRA.
IRA, yes.
So you pay taxes on the money already, and so any profits thereafter are tax-free.
Gotcha.
So that has been a pretty popular loan program for the people who do have qualified retirement assets and qualify for that. That's been a great loan program for them. So that was born out of necessity because I pulled up on the credit committee. I'm like, guys, I keep coming across people with qualified retirement assets, and I know there's a way to solve for this. There has to be a way for these people to invest in real estate without incurring these penalties and things of that sort. Friction is what I call it. Yeah. But yeah, man, exciting stuff with I got another program I'm coming out with. It's fix and flip into a DSCR, one closing.
Okay.
So
you gotta explain that one.
Yeah. So
from a fix and flip, after you finish the work, basically, and then you right at closing, you transfer into a DSC. So you take the money.
As soon as the rehab is done, you call for your last draw. We send the inspector out. They confirm the project has been completed. You get a tenant in place. It automatically converts to DSCR.
So converts to a DSCR as far as your loan converts to a DSCR. It's not you're pulling money out of the property.
No, you're not pulling.
DSCR.
No, you're not pulling money out of the property. It just converts to a DSCR.
Okay, understood.
And I'm gonna get the specifics on that one because again, a lot of this stuff is developing. The 100% financing was just announced today, but in terms of that fix and flip to DSCR, that's going to be another popular one too, because now you don't have two sets of closing costs. You don't got two title bills, you don't got two sets of closing costs, origination, all that stuff. So it's going to be very good for the borrower.
And for the 100% fix and flip, what are you have the qualifications for that up front, or?
You need good credit. So I would say you need to be in the top tier. Let's start with that, right?
760.
That is not the most
750.
important factor. The most important factor is experience. So they want to see experience in terms of you've done this before many times. They don't want to see that, you did this once, twice, or three times. They want to see that this is what you do full time. And really all you need is a capital partner so you could really put your foot on the gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how they're looking at it. But yeah, 100% on the purchase, 100% on the rehab, 75% of the ARV is the max loan amount. 720 FICO is the minimum, and your experience could be in different states. Some people do deals like you're in PA, right? Let's say you do a deal in PA, and all of a sudden you did 3 deals in New York, and now you did a deal in Connecticut. We can compile all this experience, right? And use that as consideration to approve you for this loan.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a good look.
You getting into anything as of late, or you just on the lending side?
Listen, man,
you retired, bro? You retired?
No.
Retired?
Listen, man. Listen, the way this Costco bill is set up, I can't retire, man. These kids. Yo manje bon, oui? Yo manje legume, yo manje cabrit, fritai cabrit, asking for lumbi. These kids eat good.
Trust me,
man.
I know.
I know. So yeah, I am in terms of projects, yes. So I got one I'm about to get into in Long Island. That's in Suffolk County, and then I got one that I'm picking up in the boroughs, man. I got the good fortune. The Lord has seen it fit for me to plant my flag in Brooklyn, to do something. So once that comes to fruition, I definitely, show you what's going on, see what that looks like.
All
But
right.
yeah, but stay in New York, man. I can't.
You don't want to come play with me in PA?
Nah, it's not that I don't want to come and play with you in PA. It's not that. Like, for instance, Philadelphia, right, is a hard market right now. A lot
Yeah,
of
that's
lot of lenders are
Philadelphia
pulling
though.
out of Philly. A
That's
lot of lenders don't want to
Philadelphia.
lend in Philly right now.
Yeah, I don't like the Philly area at all. It was nice a while ago. It was nice. I had a couple guys. I was doing a lot.
Nah,
Why are lenders pulling out of there? I know my
fraud.
reasons. Oh,
Fraud is
fraud.
fraud, man. Fraud on the appraisals. Like, there's actual appraisers that have
Mm-hmm.
been flagged as no use, no fly. Don't use that guy. You know what I'm saying? Done.
Yeah.
At first, it started with zip codes. It was like, oh, this zip code's no good. This zip code's no good. Then it was like, yo, no row houses. You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what? And I don't even know. I might have to edit this out, but I might know a couple of people that are the causes of all of that shit. To be honest, good old Philly. Philly was like my second home for a long time. I
You
got
know
a
the pro-
lot of a lot of
you know
good
the
people
problem
out there.
is the
Hmm.
problem is that these guys, you try to get over, right?
Hmm.
And you might get over on a one-off, but you're blowing up the whole thing for
Hopefully,
everybody else.
everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? And then the
Hmm.
thing is that the lenders are reactive. When they pull out of a market, they're responding to data. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you think the lender wants to pull out of Philly or Baltimore or any of these markets? No, we want to do loans. So when they
Hmm.
pull out, it's a major decision. And just trust and believe that to reverse course is not going to be easy. They're going to go based off the data. So meaning right now, some lenders look at Philly as radioactive, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can see it.
until the radiation dissipates, it's Chernobyl. We're staying away. You know what I'm saying? But just know that we want to lend. People that are lending over there, they just got a different appetite for risk, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, fraud, bad numbers. I had one guy who's an experienced investor, man, and I was shocked. He came to me for two fix and flip loans, and his contracted purchase price was like 180 and 170 or something like that on two properties next door to each other. And the appraisal came back. One came back at 150, which wasn't terrible. But then we ordered a secondary and it came back at $70,000. And I'm like, whoa, like, what changed? Well, one appraiser, no fly list, and the other
Yeah.
appraiser,
Yeah.
fly straight.
Hmm. Yeah. We know what that's about, but
Yeah. The worst thing that happens is that a lender gives you a loan facility for 30 years, expecting payments, and in the first 3 to 6 months you default. Like, it's
yeah.
a
Yeah.
disaster. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
no, because at the end of the day, these people that are funding the loans are investors
Hmm.
they're
I
institutional
think
investors, but they're
I think
investors
in my
themselves.
world, I got to give back my commission.
Right.
Know how it works for you on the private money side. I know over here.
Let me tell you, in my world, you'll get a phone call from me. Sir, your mortgage. We need
Oh
to
yeah, I've done that a couple times too. I've had to do that a couple times.
talk about this. Yes, we need to talk about your
Did you
mortgage.
realize that your mortgage was due on the 1st? It's the 15th.
Right.
Let's straighten that out.
Right.
Mm.
We need to figure this out. I mean, look, in your side of the business, yes, you're having to give commissions back because you are like a sworn officer, but instead of the law, you're a sworn officer of mortgages, right?
Mm.
And so as a loan officer, your role first and foremost is to, make sure you're taking care of your customers, but defend the integrity of the mortgage business. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
make sure that the customer
And
is qualified, all
yeah,
the
a
way
quality.
qualified.
Yeah, you're
Hmm.
underwriting a quality loan file, a quality borrower, things of that sort. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
That's important. Yeah, man.
So no fly zone in Philly. I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania. I'm 2 hours and a
You
half from
safe.
Philly,
You
so
safe. You
you don't got
safe.
to worry about
Typically,
that.
they go based on county and zip code. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Anything else going on?
I'm just uh I'm just excited for winter to just tap
Go
out.
away, right? This
Just
cold
tap
weather's
out.
been
Just
killing me.
Yeah, just leave us alone. I got the 5 borough bike tour coming up. I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
So that should be fun, you know.
How long?
40 miles.
40 miles.
Yeah.
Oof. So you go through all 5?
Listen, man,
One way or back?
what lender do you know rides through all the boroughs? Now, this ain't gonna be received well. I know lenders gonna be looking at this like, yo, you talking about me? Yeah, I'm talking about you. No, let me stop. Nah, but yeah, it's 40 miles. It's one way. You know, so I'm gonna start on the Lower East Side, and I'll end up in Staten Island. I'm just
Stay in
hoping the
shape.
weather cooperates.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be doing that in this weather.
I did it in the rain.
I mean,
Miserable.
I don't like the cold, period. I don't know what I'm
Miserable.
doing up here.
Listen, that year was miserable to do that in the rain. The whole way.
You can sign me out of that one. Not in the cold.
Nah,
Not in the cold. I could probably do the biking though. I could do the biking.
it's nice, man. The biking is nice. And then when you get into it, you know, you start to meet like-minded people. And you know, as far as the biking is concerned, man, you know,
You look like you in shape.
Yo, I got boys, man, you know? So
Yeah.
I got to make sure the chores get done on time, the homework gets done on time, you know? So I got to make sure that they can't gang up on me.
How's the speaking of that, how's the Desire agency
The
coming
Desire
along?
agency? Yeah, he's doing
Pardon
great,
me.
man. Yeah, he's doing great. That closing I did today, he was the insurance agent on that. So he's picking up
Nice.
cases left and right in terms of the property and casualty side. He's starting to pick up on the life insurance side. I don't know if he's gonna expand into the health insurance aspect of it, but I know we're in the middle of a website revamp. So our website is still live. You can find us at www.desir, that's DESIR, .agency. And so, you know, he is in the midst of like a technology upgrade. We'll be able to quote on site with carriers, things of that sort, instant quotes, a back office for people to log in and view their policies. Yeah, so we are technologying up right now. Yeah.
I'm
It's a
all
good
on
look.
board, so.
Yeah, he's doing his own marketing too, man. You know what I'm saying?
I see him. I see him. I see him out there.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. You know, I'm not mad at him at all, you know?
No, we have to get back on here. It's been a minute.
Oh my God, it's been way too long,
It's been a
bro.
while. No, it's been
not bad.
busy. Nah, I saw me too. I've been busy. There's a lot been going on, moving around, but we'll be more consistent with it. You know, I see we unintentionally almost matching sweaters today, so we was both on the same mind.
Like,
exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
We was on the same mind track.
That's it. Great minds think alike. You know, let's just get back to it, and that's it. You know, make it do what it do, man. Bring some information to the people, talk to some more guests, cover some more current events, and share some information, man. I got a financial literacy event that I'll be a part of over the summer. So that's in the works. I'll keep you posted on that, you know, as it develops, but that's going to be in Brooklyn, you know, so I'm hoping that's going to be well attended. You know, it's going to be a good look. I'm going to be on there with some other heavy hitters. It should be good.
Nice.
Yeah. Should be good. I'm honored to be I'm honored to be requested to share some information with the people, man.
Definitely get to it. Some new guests, some new episodes. You know, Good Money Podcast. We still here. Ain't go nowhere.
No sir.
Just been busy.
Yes,
taking care of family, doing what we supposed to do.
Finishing the family we started. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right. All right. And we'll be back soon.
All right. Peace, everybody.